the story of Jesus in the garden before his betrayal, I think, has so many different interpretations and ways to think about it. I don't think we're ever going to really fully understand or unpack the whole meaning behind it. But I heard today, and after reading it again from Matthew 26:36 through 46, Jesus Christ, the only perfect human that we know of and that we believe in, also grieved in suffering and didn't want to suffer, but chose to for us by the will of God. As he said in verse 38, "My soul is deeply grieved, even to the point of death." And then in verse 39, he said, going a little farther, he threw himself down with his face to the ground and prayed, "My Father, if possible, let this cup pass from me, yet not what I will, but what you will." So even in that time, he knew what was going to happen. He knew the suffering that he was going to have to go through, and he still didn't want to. He asked if there could be any other way for him to save us, that it be done. But if this be God's will, let it be God's will. So I mean, there are things that we only learn from suffering. God promises to deliver us from temptation, but that doesn't mean we won't be tempted. We won't suffer. We won't go through the hard times. But it's important and shown that we're not supposed to sit in those hard times and just wait and sit and just grieve and sit and just woe is me kind of mentality. Because in the later part of those verses, in 45 and 46, it says that, "Then he came to the disciples and said to them, 'Are you still sleeping and resting? Look, the hour is approaching, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Get up, let us go. Look, my betrayer is approaching.'" So even in the time of suffering, even in the time of asking God why, or asking what his will is, Jesus still got up and instructs us to get up, to praise God, and to keep walking in what we know, as the suffering and the temptation won't last and will be delivered upon God's will.